And so, Pastor Romkema, how has St. John Lutheran's Church mobilized its resources and the congregation to support the family?
Well, when Jennifer first asked me whether or not I thought this would work, I honestly didn't know. So we had to bring it to council, and like Jennifer said, everyone said yes. And then we took it to the church, and I was wondering how they would respond, and they all said yes. So I was for 4, but 17 was a big difference. So we had to bring it back to the community, saying, "Would you like to change 4 to 17 people?" And amazingly, virtually everyone said yes, we'd like to do this. So we've had a couple of garage sales, one last Saturday, and partially in support then of the Jokhadars as well. We have another thing we're starting. We have a community garden behind our church, and we donate for the last 5 years or 6 years all of the proceeds of that garden to the food bank. And this year we decided if the Jokhadars are here in the summer, we're going to give half of the food to them. So that's actually been a good incentive for us then to grow lots of vegetables. And the food bank has said since then, because they've heard as well that they're coming, is they are willing to help in any way they can when they come. So it's, yeah, you can see it in the community of St. John's, but you can see it outside as well. The one sort of, I'm not sure what did I call it today? The heart of our initiative here is a quilting group we have in church. They are literally for the last couple of months working till day and night on making quilts. So I brought one. I asked her to bring one. They're here now quilting, but they want to make one quilt for every person in the family. And there's 17 people coming, so they want 17 quilts, and they're hand sewn. So I would say 200 hours for one quilt is probably what it would take. It's amazing what they're doing. So to me, it feels like that's the heart of our community's response. And there's all kinds of other people involved, of course, too. But it's great what they're doing. So.
Such an amazing way to literally wrap the arms around the family. That's amazing.
And they gather day and night. There are nights that I've looked outside my window in the parsonage, and at 10 o'clock at night, the lights are still on here because they're busy making quilts. It's totally amazing. It's heartwarming. Yeah.
Fantastic. Can you discuss how your faith community sees this sponsorship as part of mission and values of the church?
Well, mission, we have a mission statement for our church, reaching up to Christ and out to others. And so out to others part is something actually we're getting much better at over the years, that we're able to look outside of our community and what's happening in the neighborhoods and how we can help. And when there's something in front of us, they really have been able to say, yes, we can do this. So I'm also very amazed and grateful to see how this community responds. This year, we have a theme every year in our church, and this year our theme is being good ancestors. So I think they took hold of that too, that this is 50 years from now or 100 years from now, who knows what this might become, but 17 people over decades could be a very large community over time. So I think we see that as part of our Being Good Ancestors theme for the year as well.
Pastor, can you share a little bit about the role of the Canadian Lutheran World Relief Organization in this initiative and how their support's been instrumental?
I think maybe Jennifer would be better to describe that. She's been dealing with them more than I have, but they're obviously instrumental.
So the good thing is that because St. John's Lutheran Evangelical are involved with Canadian Lutheran World Relief, I contacted them because we needed a sponsorship agreement holder, and so part of the application process was naming a sponsorship agreement holder. And so when I called Canadian Lutheran Relief, they gave me all the information and said, yeah, we've been doing this for over 50 years, and they really immigration really likes brand new churches who are sponsoring refugees. They look favorable, and we've never done this before, so they said, sure, yeah, here's the information that you need to fill out, this is what you need to do. So I've been in contact with a number of individuals there who have kind of guided me through the process and guided us through the process and what we do next. And they, even collecting the money, I bet you I email or call once a month to check what's happening, or what, are we doing the right thing, or what do we do with this, or we have a council meeting and these questions come up. I'm like, okay, I'll get back to you. And they're really good about keeping that communication open to see what our next steps are. So it's been really good because our SAH, the sponsorship agreement holder, they agreed to sponsor the first 4, Kasai and his wife and the 2 kids, and then when this group from Durham, Southern Ontario, was going to sponsor the rest of the family, but they didn't have a sponsorship agreement holder. They were a personal group of 5. So they got turned down from immigration. And that's when it came, you know, they asked us, hey, do you think you can sponsor the other 13? And so we brought it to our church again, and we had a vote, and they said sure. So Canadian Lutheran World Relief, I called them and said, okay, by the way, we're going to add 13 people to this application. Can we do that? And they're like, yes, sure we can. So it's, yeah, they've been very helpful.
Wow, fantastic. Gary, I'm wondering too if you could give a little bit of insight on what your expectations are regarding the timeline of the family's arrival. And I know that that's a tricky question to ask. You know, what could their initial adjustment period in Petawawa, when could that happen?
Well, we're always hopeful, and we have high expectations every time a new milestone is passed that we're one step closer and they could be here anytime. So what we're looking at right now is they've passed most of the stages, and we're still waiting for their actual visas and then their travel plans. It could be anywhere from 1 to 3 months, and that's a best case scenario. So they could be here maybe mid or the end of the summer, and then we'll have to hit the ground running, really. We think we're prepared, but until the 17 individuals actually get here, it's going to be a shock for everybody, for them and for us as well, to have them here and to get things going.
With World Refugee Day being on June 20th, I really appreciate you taking the time to share all the effort, all the work, all the commitment that you folks have put into welcoming the Jokhadar family to the Petawawa area. And if you have the opportunity, take the time to help out. And thank you for your support.